India-Canada diplomatic showdown continues. Indian authorities are tightening their grip on Khalistani's. OCI cards and passports of Khalistanis involved in vandalizing Indian consulates will be cancelled, and details will be shared with Indian airport authorities across the country. NI has also released the list of 19 Khalistani fugitives living abroad in countries like US, UK, Canada, Dubai and Pakistan. Sources have revealed that all these 19 Khalistani fugitives are running anti-India propaganda against India from overseas. The crackdown comes a day after the properties of Canada-based designated individual terrorist and SFJ chief Gurpatwant Singh Pannu was confiscated in Amritsar and in Chandigarh. Amidst the worsening Indo-Canada relations, Canadians from Indian origin celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi with a festive spirit. Gujaratis, Punjabis, Kashmiris and Canada's Brampton gathered for Ganesh Visarjan and Puja. They felt that Canada has always been safe, but statements by Reudeau were irresponsible. They felt that they have always lived in harmony, but now fear of what may really happen in future. My colleague Anisha Mathur bringing you this ground report from Canada. Have a look.
I have gotten a call from my friends कि उनके जो बच्चे वो यहाँ पढ़ने आए हैं और वो पूछ रहे हैं परिस्थिति कैसी है। मैंने उन्हें बताया कि भाई ग्राउंड लेवल पे परिस्थिति काफ़ी सेफ है, आप डरिए मत, बट अभी उनमें एक खौफ बैठ गया है। डिवीज़न इज़ नॉट गुड फॉर एनी कंट्री और ये जो डिवीज़न हो रहा है वो आई वुड से इट्स गोइंग टू बी बेस्ड ऑन रिलीजन which is it is not. वो प्रांतवाद है, वो जातिवाद है नहीं, but just because of a statement from Prime Minister which had no basis and he even refused to provide any type of proof, right? So I think that stands for nothing. Okay. And right now we are all safe.
Actually I don't think so कि स्टूडेंट वगैरह पे इफेक्ट ऐसा कुछ आए करके, लेकिन अभी जो इंडिया ने जो इनिशिएटिव किया है कि ये जो एक्टिविटी इधर बढ़ रही है उसको कंट्रोल तो लाना ही पड़ेगा. इफ ही इज नॉट कंट्रोल्ड बाय द कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट, नेवर नो व्हाट कैन वी आर नॉट सेफ हियर. देन it will spread in all the Canada and it will spoil the relation with the India also.
Anisha Mathur now joins us for the very latest on this from Canada. Anisha, you know, everyone knows that there are diplomatic tensions between India and Canada now. The question really arises is on the Indian diaspora in Canada. What do they feel about it? What the Canadians feel about it, given the fact that both the nations share a trade agreement as well. Over to you for the ground sentiment you're picking up.
Good morning. It's 7:30 a.m. here in Canada. The sun's just coming up and it's a Sunday morning. But we've been speaking to the lawmakers, we've been speaking, and it is what we are seeing.
Yes, the producers to re-establish the connection right there to Anisha Mathur, who's joining us live from Canada. She's bringing us the latest in terms of the sentiment of people on ground zero. If she's back with us, let's go again to her. All right, we'll get her back on this broadcast in moments from now. She's having some trouble with her network at the moment, viewers. But Anisha Mathur on ground zero has been tracking the developments closely on the India-Canada stalemate. That continues as well. She's tracking what the senior journalists have to say, what the administration there has to say, and really what the sentiment of people on ground zero really is, for which Anisha is now joining us. Anisha, I'm throwing straight across to here. If you can hear me, you can continue getting us the sentiment of people right there.
Hi. As I was saying, there are a lot of concerns that are being raised by the Indian diaspora here. And we've also been speaking to lawmakers, we've been speaking to journalists here, we've been speaking to the ordinary people who are now Canadian citizens who've come from India. And the main issue that they are raising is that while things are perfectly fine for people here at the moment, they are worried about the changing sentiment. They're worried about the rising tension. We've been seeing this information and what we call as fears being spread through the WhatsApp communities. In India as well, this has been a problem, and the misinformation, the kind of allegations and counter-allegations, the kind of long-standing grievances that the communities have with the politics, and mix that in with the current economic situation in Canada, the political situation in Canada, and we are getting a lot of different viewpoints here, really, because we are on one hand, of course, we have the people who are staying here in complete harmony with different communities, within different communities, who are saying very clearly that Canada has always been a very safe place for them. At the same time, there are a lot of rumors and allegations that are being spread. We've been with regard to the possible tensions between the Sikh and Hindu communities. On the same note, we're also getting a lot of people who are saying that this has never happened here in Canada before, but if something happens, what is the Canadian government going to do? That is really the biggest question that the people here seem to be asking, that if something goes wrong, which has not happened so far, what will the Canadian government do? Or at the same time, we've also been speaking to members of the Sikh community who've been saying that this is the question being raised with regard to Khalistani is actually not a new thing. It is something that of a demand that came in 30, 40 years ago when the Sikh immigration from India had started. So why is it that it is being made a political issue at this point?
Very interesting point you brought up at the moment on the political issue as well, because the political slugfest has also peaked right there, and the tensions between both the nations continue to simmer. Thank you, Anisha.